Hi guys, this is Carrie. Welcome to A Crone's Life. I've been doing the no buy, low buy, and I'm saying that backwards. I'm trying really hard not to buy. Low buy, no buy, hashtag all through January. So now it's time to start February. One of the activities that we're working on is reordering our decks. I've pulled everything out from the boxes. If anybody understands what that means, my boxes are now in my dining area, so I'm working through them. And recently I did all of my I Ching decks because, yeah, somebody asked about my I Ching decks, and I thought I had a lot more than I did, which is hilarious to me. So I thought maybe because reordering is another activity, I could do a few of these cluster type videos. I have one that has all of the Liminal 11 decks that I own, but today I want to show you my Lenormand decks. I have a few, so what I want to do is kind of pair them up by creator, or the last one, there's two that are miscellaneous. So let me show you what I've got. So this deck creator I found on Etsy. This is glaring, sorry. I would pronounce her name Faina. Faina Laura. So that's kind of how I think it's supposed to be pronounced. It's Faina. But she has several of these. I've been hoping to get one more. There's one that looks a lot like this one. In fact, I thought I had another one. I thought I had three. But this goes with the theme of what Carrie thinks she has versus what Carrie actually has. So that's kind of fun. So in the Slavic folklore, Lenormand, the rider is actually the knight. So I'm going to pull these up. This is the Slavic folklore Lenormand deck, Lenormand, and it's going to be on the left here. And this is the Nocturnal Garden Lenormand, and it's going to be on the right. The same creator did both of them. The cardstock is gorgeous. And that's one reason why I really like Lenormand decks, is that they almost always have like these perfect card stocks because the cards are so like small. Yeah. So this one has more of a velvety feel, like rose petal-y, but not. It's very in between rose petal and matte. This one is between gloss and matte. So you can see the sheen on it, but both of them have this beautiful springiness in their cardstock. So this one's edged, it's beautiful, this one's not. The color scheme is going to be completely different, but the art style is the same. So again, this is Faina Laura. I'm just trying to remember how I pronounced her name. So we have the rider and we have the knight. And she also has these keywords down here at the bottom of this one, but not on this one. Pardon me. So, and the other difference, there's another difference, sorry. This one is very minimal. It has the number and it has the title, and that's it. But this one has the number, please focus, the number, and it also has the corresponding playing card. I know I'm jiggling you. Yeah, so the playing card, and so one, the knight, the playing card, and keywords. You can zoom in because these are little. I have been thinking about this completionist idea because of my reorganizing my decks. I am not a completionist, but there are some artists that I feel like I would definitely like to have more of their art, their decks. Alexander Daniloff is a creator, and he does a lot of Lenormand decks. I have 2 of his tarot. I don't have any of his Lenormand decks. I'm I'm in the market, but it's a low buy, no buy. And the reason why I'm doing a low buy, no buy, and I'm not sure that I have addressed this yet, I am saving up money to fix up my cottage on our property, and I've been trying to do this for years now. In fact, I can remember the first time I mentioned it was on Carrie's Mystical Musings. We were talking about goals and big things that we want to bring into the world, but we were talking about goals and what we want to bring into existence, and I said I really want to fix up this cottage to be my witchy house, or my woo-woo rooms. What it's really going to be is a craft room. I have way too much yarn, and I would like to have a place outside of the house to do my videos. It would be really nice to have a secluded area. This altar that I have right here is in the central hub of the home. This is where we stay all the time. And it feels wrong to ask Steve to move along and, you know, let me have some peace. It's not very nice, is it? It wouldn't be very nice, so I don't want to do that. I think having another space to go to would be super great. So I'm saving my money for, first things first, we have to get a central, no, we're gonna get a split unit. It's better than the central unit because it's just gonna be a piece in the wall, and I don't have to worry about duct work or anything like that. So that's going to be the first thing, is getting the split unit, air conditioner, dehumidifier put on the house, and I think that's going to be able to happen pretty soon. I told Steve by June. I told the lady at the HVAC place that we would probably do it now. Like right now. So yeah, sometime between now and June. So rotten. I'm so rotten. Okay. So my goal is to get the unit put on the house, on the cottage, and then did I show you that one? I hover my hands over the cards, and I'm afraid I'm not showing them very well. Get the split unit that does dehumidifying and air conditioning, heating, all the things, to take care of that space. And then I'm going to hire a cleaning company. The woman who owns it used to live right here in my neighborhood, and hopefully we still have good feelings with each other. Because I'd just really like for her to scrub down everything in that little cottage, and you know, put like mold blocker and just take care of all the grime. Right now it has concrete floors, and what I'd like to do after we get it all clean is to have a carpenter come in and just shore up the windows, you know, measure the floors, and I can talk about getting some pegboard for the walls. I know that's sounding so funny, but look, you guys, I found really cool pegboard wall decorations. And I think to start out with, that's the best thing to do for my yarn, is to hang it on pegboard. I've seen other people do it, and I think it looks really awesome. Also gives like the walls a little bit of insulation, which sounds funny. Also, like this cottage was just built to be storage for people who used to live here, and I'm trying to make it livable. So we'll see how that goes. Ugh. All right, the last card in this set is the cross. She's kept most of these pretty similar on both decks as far as the titles go. So this is Rosen. The artist is Rozenn, Rosen. This is Grosjean. This is the first Lenormand Decks that I've owned, actually. Again, the artwork got me. Okay. So, the only thing she has on her cards is the title of the card and the French translation. So, English and then French. And sometimes it's really hard to read, but I know you know that. Sorry, I'm just listening. I think that it started raining. So this is where it gets way different from everything else. She has a caterpillar, a chrysalis, and a butterfly. And I believe that they take the place of the child, the woman, and the man. But I'm not positive. I just don't think that there's any humans in this deck at all. And so I feel like she added these pieces to make up for the humans. It's like Ursa Major, Ursa Minor in the stars, just like the bear. It's pretty cool. So this is an ant and this is a fish. And they're different types of crossroads, but still crossroads. She has the albatross instead of the cross. Okay, so that's those two. There's rose gold shiny edges on the owl. Okay, and on the magpie, the edges are this shiny blue. I have used these decks, so there's a bit of wear and tear on the edging, but not bad. It's actually stood up pretty well. That's the magpie. Quan Sheena is the artist that did. This is the artist that did the Dreaming Way Tarot. So we have a Dreaming Way Lenormand. And the book is really nice again, has lots of info, fun stuff to read. I actually have two of these decks. Maybe that means I like them. And then the LeClaire deck. You can get this on Etsy still. But as I've said in the other videos I featured this in, artwork is Sin PP. I think that's just, yeah, and they used Mid-Journey, so that's why. They just didn't want to take credit for that. Don't worry about it. So this has got really cool edges. This has no edging. These are the backs. So I picked these to go together because they're both kind of lighthearted and fun. There's nothing too grim about either one. The cardstock is amazing on the Decks to Me deck. This is just springy and thin. This is a little bit cardboardy, but it's still nice. It's not too hard to, what do you call it, shuffle. So and we've got the association to the playing card, and this one has the keywords and this one does not. But everything else is the same, just the keywords that are different. And of course the artwork. But this is my Ghibli deck. I love how the artwork makes me feel. So this one says choices and this one's crossroads, so it's really the same, but I'm not sure why they changed. Anyway, it's a little different. Okay, this is the end of the deck. This one looked taller because it has extra cards on the bottom, but they're the same size. Okay, so those are my whimsical Lenormand decks. Again, this was Destiny. And I've lost my guidebook. Oh, did it not have one? It has the keywords, so it doesn't have a guidebook. That's right, that's right. And this is Quan Sheena for the Dreaming Way, Lenormand. The next two are opposites. One is very minimal, and one is very maximal. This is the Wicca Lenormand, also Oracle. Lenormand Oracle. And this is James R. Eads Lenormand, and it is the minimal. Okay, so James R. Eads is this matte finished glitter kind of edging, and it doesn't come off on your hands as far as I can tell. It doesn't even feel like edging to me, but it's very pretty. It keeps me from hurting my decks. James R. Eads. This, I'm gonna have to look up who did this one, because this was on Kickstarter, and Wicca Lenormand Oracle deck. I'll show you. First of all, gold edges, very soft, very thin cardstock, and but it's bouncy. It's not, well, it's thin. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Minimal, maximal. This one has no keywords, and it also has no card association, and it also has no numbering. Right. So no numbers, just the title of the cards, which I think they did that mostly for the ability to put the Oracle and the Lenormand together. James has a system where he has these little symbols that are like his glyphs. So he has an extra little something something down here when you compare it to other Lenormand decks. So he's got his card association, the number, the title of the card, and then his own little glyph. I really enjoy going through and organizing my decks, because it helps me to remember how much I adore a lot of these sets. I think that's the word I'm looking for, sets. Yeah, I just can't, I can't believe I put them away every time, but I'm coming up with a new system to organize everything, so it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I've been enjoying the activities for the low buy, no buy, and you know, one of them is a treat box, and I have my treat box set aside. Kathy was so sweet for packing it neatly and tidily so that I can just reach in and grab a new thing and not really even know what I'm getting. Yay! I actually took some of my decks that I've had for a while, but I just haven't worked with at all, and I've put them in the treat box as well. I'm trying to think of one that you guys might know, seen on my channel. Isn't that a pretty whip? I think that's so pretty. It means sad things, but, but that's a very pretty depiction. But the treat box, yeah, so whenever you feel like a hankering, like I've got a hankering to go buy something, you just go to the treat box and you give yourself a little treat and say, you don't have to buy anything, you got like really cool stuff right here, right? So I think it's going to work out great. Of course, that meant that all the things that I thought I would be getting, I have to delay. That's good though. You know, delaying your satisfaction is is a good thing. Putting things off, making it last longer, that's really nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I pulled out the Cosmic Slumber the other day to try and to do that for my Liminal 11 video, and that felt really good. It was like, ooh, I get to have a new deck, and I didn't do anything but just pick it out. Oh, but yes. But back to the whole, reorganizing. So my granddaughter's going to come and stay for 2 weeks, I think, 2 weeks in March. And so I'm working to get, her room and my decks up off the floor. I just really need to straighten everything out and make sure that it's, toddler proof. She's smart. She doesn't put things in her mouth. She's a really good girl. But, I have to try and set her up for success, which means, get all the tempting things off the floor. Like tarot decks. Oh, man. It's gonna be fun. It's always fun. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll have the air conditioner set up in the cottage for when she's here. We can play out there, clean and play. That's a thing, right? I also have a couple of hammocks. I was thinking about using hammocks as chairs in the cottage. I see some things on Pinterest that just look so pretty and fun, and I love a hammock, so that's really what I would like to do, is get the hooks in the ceiling and, turn one into kind of a chair and then turn one into kind of a bed. Yeah. Of course, I need like padding underneath them because my granddaughter is pretty wild. She likes to try wild things, so I don't want her to get a stitch in the head or anything. So okay, so the cross, and I guess he also has the albatross, so there we go. Yeah, I was looking through these cards and I was just, wow, these are so different. I don't think I could have picked, I mean, if this had been black and white, that would have been a little bit even more different, but minimal, maximal, that's where we're at with that. Okay, so that was my minimal and my maximal. That means I only have one left, and it is an odd one. So I forgot that I even had it until I went to go make this video. So this is the Tarotlandia Silver Cat group. You can find this on Etsy in this color variation, which is kind of grim, or they also have a bright, bold, rainbow colored. It's exactly the same art, but they've just colored it with bright colors. So I think that this is Gothic Mysteries, and the other one is Gothic. I told myself I wasn't going to forget, but here I am. I forgot. Again, this was a Kickstarter. We've got edging, we've got glossy cards, we've got very springy cards, we've got very busy bags. These are also tarot sized, like the Owl and Magpie. Let's see how they look. Oh yeah, that's fine. I was worried about the glare, but it's good. That feels weird, only doing one deck after I've been doing two at a time. I was really surprised on Etsy when I saw the really colorful version of this. I think I like the colorful version better. Personally, I would have probably picked it if I had known there was a choice. But here we are. There's a reason. There's a reason why we have the things we have, so I will work with this one. It stands out from the crowd of decks that I have because I don't have any that are this grim, or what would you say? Not grim. This, yeah, maybe I would say grim. It's gothic, right? It's kind of grim. And it's an opportunity for me to break out of my usual perky card. Perky artwork on my cards. Yeah, sometimes I wonder what comes over me to get these kind of decks, because it's not at all, you know, what I would consider my style. But here I am. Backed it on Kickstarter even. Yeah, it's good to be a little bit uncomfortable, I think. And there's a difference between being uncomfortable and just really not enjoying a deck. I'm so excited. I've already put 3 decks in purgatory through all of this reorganizing fun stuff. It feels pretty good to just distinguish between the things that I like and want to work with and the things that will never, you know, bring me joy. So as far as I know, that is all of my Lenormand decks. There's always the possibility that there's more hiding because, again, I don't even know what I have, so it's always a surprise for you and me. So that was my Lenormand decks, and thank you for hanging out with me while I'm reorganizing. This has been so much fun. And stay safe out there, guys. It's still kind of cold. You gotta watch out for the roads. You'll have fun. Take care. I'll see you next time. Have a good week.